Good morning. Today I'm going to share how all the principles of the book Think and Grow Rich were applied in a certain situation we're all familiar with. Tune in to today's video. Good morning. Thank you for joining me, Coach Mike, on your Monday morning. Several weeks back, I finished my 12-week mastermind book study on Napoleon Hill's classic, Think and Grow Rich. Now, shortly before that, I watched a movie called The Trap 13. It's on Netflix. It's about those 13 boys that were trapped in a cave for 18 days in Thailand. They went in. It was slightly before the rainy season, but unfortunately the rain came early that year and trapped these young men in a cave where 18 days went on that they weren't sure that where they were going to live or die. Now, as I watched the movie and teaching Think and Grow Rich and all the principles, I thought about it and I realized that pretty much every single principle of the book was applied in this entire situation of the Trap 13 in Thailand. Now, everyone thinks Think and Grow Rich is all about becoming rich with wealth and money. But all the principles apply to life. Now, let me explain. In the Trap 13, 13 boys went into a cave to have some fun. They went deep in. It started raining, and they simply got trapped. They couldn't get out. Now, all of a sudden, this was a phenomenon because this was a worldwide event. So many people came together to figure out how to save these young boys. Every single principle. Number one, thoughts are things. Was chapter 1 of Think and Grow Rich. How these boys thought, the things they thought about when they were in the cave would distinguish whether they would strive to live or just give up and die. Desire, chapter 2. They had the desire to live, the desire to be saved, the desire to see their family again. Number 3 chapter, faith. They had faith that sooner or later someone would find them and save them. Auto-suggestion. They conditioned their mind. They told themselves the things they wanted to hear instead of repeating that our days are numbered and we're not going to live. Specialized knowledge. When all those people got together outside the cave, they brought in specialists from worldwide, Navy SEALs, cave divers, everyone that knew different things. So they brought in a specialized knowledge to help them figure out how to get in this cave and save these boys. Imagination. One of the boys imagined that they would dig themselves out, they would land in an apple field, eat the apples off the tree, then go down to the local store. Organized planning. When all those special people got together with that specialized knowledge, they organized and they planned accordingly. Decision. Once they figured out what needed to be done, they decided it's time, it's go time. It's time to go and save these boys. Persistence. No one gave up. They thought of all the different ways to save these boys, but they kept persisting until they figured out a way and created a plan that they can execute. Sex transmutation. A lot of what kept these boys alive was just thinking about the ones they loved, their moms, their dads, and they just wanted to hold them again. Mastermind. No doubt there was a mastermind going on of all these minds talking about what needed to happen to be successful to save these boys. The subconscious mind. They were the brain and the sixth sense. They were all conditioning themselves, putting the right vibes out there so they can consistently think of the positive so they could stay alive. And the 6 ghosts of fear, which one of them is death. At certain times, they did think they would die, but they didn't because they let the faith and belief and desire overpower the fear of death. So very interesting. Think and Grow Rich, a book that we would think would tell us all about making money, becoming wealthy and abundant, and yes, it does. But the reason I share this, after watch that movie, The Trap 13, and I recommend you all watch it on Netflix, is that every single principle in this book is about life, about success, and everything else we need to be winners in this world. So if you haven't read the book Think and Grow Rich, give it a read, but make sure you don't read it alone. Read it the way it was supposed to be read. And if you haven't watched the movie Trap 13, give it a read. Do them together, read the book, watch the movie, and you will see how this all lines up. Hope this information has been valuable. As always, I want to thank you for joining me, Coach Mike, on your Monday morning. I want to wish you a productive, proper week. Go get them. I'll see you next Monday.